Hey folks, welcome to the show. Tonight, the New York Rangers and Florida Panthers face off for Game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals for this year, which I think should be really fun. I think this is the ideal fun matchup. It wasn't the matchup I predicted. The ideal one would have been the one I predicted, which is Tampa and Carolina. It's not that funny, but anyways, I did predict a Florida team, so there's that. Speaking of Florida teams, Florida team has represented the Eastern Conference Finals the last 4 years now, so maybe this is in the Panthers' bag. But either way, the Rangers and Panthers are both really good teams, and I think should be really fun, mainly because they are both very good hitting teams. The Rangers actually haven't been hitting much lately, but we all know they can. The Florida Panthers have been probably the best hitting team this year. In the regular season and in the playoffs, they hit their opponents 1.97 times per shot against, and they don't allow a lot of shots against. The stats I have come from their postseason performances, so obviously they're going to be a little skewed in some ways. Florida having played Tampa Bay and Boston, whereas the Rangers have played Washington and Carolina. Playing Carolina is one of the reasons why I think the Rangers was not one of the reasons I think. It's the reason I know the Rangers' shot stats here are a little skewed. Having only 26.1 shots per game and allowing 5.4 more is not a great stat, but it happens when you play Carolina, and Rangers found a way to win in 6. As for the Florida Panthers, they have absolutely controlled both opponents they played, beginning with Tampa Bay Lightning and then the Boston Bruins. That said, it hasn't been always easy for either team, or the Panthers. It's been easier for the Rangers because they got to sweep the Capitals in round 1, but they had a scare against the Hurricanes, which I think is good for the Rangers. Being punched in the face early is better than later, or best of all, not getting punched in the face at all. But I don't think the Rangers were going to sweep the entire playoffs. As for the Panthers, they did have a scare against Tampa and Boston, but they were both handled. Neither team has gotten to Game 7 yet. This series could go to Game 7, but it also could not. You never know. If that leads into my prediction, maybe I will think about my prediction as I go over the stats. So, in the most important ways of stats, which is goals for and goals against, the Panthers are the better team. They scored slightly more than the Rangers and allowed slightly less than the Rangers. They've shot on goal a lot more than the Rangers have and allowed the shots a lot less than the Rangers have. That said, the Rangers, by necessity, have converted their chances better. They are shooting at a 13.4% rate, and Shesterkin in net has kept opponents to shooting at a below 9% rate, unlike Bobrovsky in Florida. Now, Bobrovsky, we all know, is a good goalie. He's had a good run. It's not the run he had last year, but he's still doing quite well. But the goaltending battle is probably going to favor the Rangers. But they're both Russian goalies with playoff experience, so we'll see. As for high danger shots, it's a similar story. The Florida Panthers are the better team. They get more and allow less than the Rangers. I was actually shocked that the Rangers don't get a lot of hits per shot against, but maybe part of that has to do with playing Carolina. Whatever, but we all know that they can hit. But the Panthers are the team that have been hitting. Face-off percentages have been pretty tight for both teams. Special teams, neither team really has a major factor, except the Panthers do get a few more chances and have less penalty kill chances than the Rangers during the playoffs. So the Rangers do score more on their power play, and their penalty kill has been better at 92.1. That's an incredible mark, no matter who you're playing. So it should be tight. Both teams have some really good... What happened to my Halo music? I think I turned it down too much. Oh, I see. Okay. Both teams have good defensive centers, strong hitting wingers with an ability to score. Both teams have some really tough defensemen and a really hot Russian goalie. Panthers, I think everyone is giving the Panthers the edge, and I'm inclined to give them the edge too. I'd like to see Rangers versus Oilers because that would be a Mark Messier final. I'd obviously like to see the Oilers win because I'm an Oilers fan. Though Oilers and Panthers would be fun because Tkachuk is on the other team, which leads into kind of who do I want to win and who do I think would win. As for want, historically I would cheer for Florida teams more than New York. There's a lot of players on both teams I really like. I'm a big Trouba fan. I like Forsling a lot. But as an Oilers fan, I'm still carrying... There's my Halo music. Now it's too loud. I'm still carrying some negative feelings for Matthew Tkachuk. So do I really want to see Tkachuk winning a Stanley Cup? Or that? No. But I would be happy to see a lot of his teammates win. Similar thing for the Rangers. I'm excited for the series because I like both teams quite a bit. I'm happy either way. Sometimes I don't know who I want to win until it's already happened. As for who I think will win, I want to say Florida because the stats are slightly better. But at the same time, to be fair to the Rangers, while the Panthers have been controlling their teammates a lot better than the Rangers, obviously, as we just saw, are able to win when being controlled. The Carolina Hurricanes controlled the Rangers in every single game, and the Rangers still won in 6. Mainly because they have great talent up top and amazing talent in their net. Igor Shesterkin is in the mode for making big saves and a lot of saves, and actually now I'm saying it, could be the deciding factor. Bobrovsky he has obviously made some big saves, probably the best save of the playoffs already, but he hasn't been in that zone yet of taking over games as often as Shesterkin has. And part of that has to do with the amazing defense in front of him. That's kind of like having an amazing defense isn't a double-edged sword, but it can hurt you in that sometimes your goalie can get lax, or when the other team does break through your defense, your goalie isn't ready. I'm not saying that's the case with Bobrovsky. He's been in the league for a while. We all know what he can do and has done in the playoffs, and I'm not doubting him. I'm just saying if it becomes a goaltending battle, Shesterkin's already ready. He's already at that point of taking over. Bobrovsky is not, but again, he can be. So I'm still going to side with the Panthers here, which would make it the 5th straight Stanley Cup Finals to have a Florida team. So maybe Florida is the state of hockey. Sorry, Michigan or Minnesota. But I haven't seen your team in the finals in quite some time. So, anyways, that's kind of it for this review. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. While you're there, consider liking the video if you think I've earned it. And you can subscribe and turn on notifications for more. I'd love to see you in my other videos, or virtually, obviously. And once again, thanks for being here, and I'll see you later.